Welcome back to the Catnip Podcast. My name is Grace and today is Monday, September 27th. This is a podcast about knitting, books, baking, and cats, but most importantly knitting because that is what I love to do all day, every day. I have various social medias that you can follow me on. I have Facebook, Instagram, Twitter, and Ravelry. I'm most active on Instagram, so please go follow me over on there if you would like. I post lots of things of what I get up to during the week, and especially all my test knits, which are quite a lot, but wonderful and very exciting. I also have show notes, links to things that I will be talking about will be linked on my blog. If I remember everything, if I forget anything, or if you have any questions, feel free to send me a message. But if you're on YouTube, the link to my blog will be down below, or if you're on my blog already, everything is already there. I also work at a yarn store. It is called Pearly Girls. It is in Spring, Texas, and I will leave all the various social medias, the website, all that stuff in the show notes. If you want to come check us out in person or online, whether you're local or not or whatever, we would love to see you or hear from you. That would be wonderful. My voice sounds different because I got a cold, and we will talk about that in just a moment, but it's not COVID. I did get tested. It was negative. All wonderful things, but clearly my voice is gone. And I'm getting text messages. But I do have projects to talk about. I have a lot of progress and I'm very excited. So we will just jump into it. If you'd like to grab something tasty to drink, we are sticking with hydration today. I have already had a lot of coffee, but I'm just trying to drink as many fluids as I can because that's what you do when you're sick. And yeah, if you want to grab something tasty to drink, something to snack upon, something to craft upon, an animal to snuggle, laundry to fold, maybe you're on your lunch break, maybe you're just relaxing, I don't know, whatever brings you rest and joy, do that, and you can come back and join me for some crafty chat. So, everyone, yes, I got a cold last week, and yeah, like I said, we went and got tested. It was negative, wonderful, but it's been a rough cold. I have not had a cold or been sick like this in about 2 years, and so I feel like this first illness back into like being sick is really rough. I normally lose my voice when I get sick, so this is no surprise, but yes. On top of that, we just had a really busy week last week, and it was actually quite knitting conducive, which is really wonderful, so I do have a lot of progress to show you. And yes, hopefully I won't be coughing too much, and hopefully editing won't be a problem, but yes, and if I seem less energetic than normal, you know why. If it's not as long, you know why. But we're just gonna do our best. That's the best we can do, and I hope you enjoyed this episode. So anyway, I have quite a bit to talk about. I do have some current projects that I want to discuss. I have some older projects I want to discuss, but we're gonna talk about this one first because it is the closest to being done. I wanted to get this done so badly for this episode, and I just did not, but it's okay. We're gonna be gentle with ourselves. I was sick. So this is my Jensen cardigan that I'm test knitting for Rachel of September Knits. I literally have the cuff of the second sleeve left, and yes, everyone, I did a thumb hole on my sleeve, and I'm so excited. I love it so much. It fits so well. I am just over the moon with how this has turned out. It does have pockets. I put white on the inside of my pockets, and I love that feature that you can do that if you want to add a little pop of color, or you don't have to. It is completely up to you. And yes, I am using a new to me yarn and a not new to me yarn. I am using Mega Ball We Heart yarn. I actually don't know like what, I'm assuming that's the name. That's what I've been calling it the entire time. That's what's on the label. So that's what I'm calling it. What I'm calling it. We Heart Yarn Mega Ball from Hobbii. Hobbii. And this is 100% acrylic. Acrylic. I don't know why I said that weird. And it's in the powder blush colorway. As you can tell, that was a very large ball band. This is what this has turned into, and there's another ball band stuck to it. This is what it is currently the state of it, so I'm being very gentle with it so it doesn't fall apart and get super tangled, which I am a little worried that it may do, but we are getting down to the end. I will have plenty to finish my cuff of my second sleeve, and we'll have enough left over to throw into something, some other project, I'm sure, at some point. The yarn I'm holding with it is this, which is Hobbii Diablo yarn. It's their mohair, and I don't remember what the colorway name is called, but I do have a number for you. 42. Super creative. I know there is a name. There's a name on the website. It's just not on the ball band. I will end up having an extra skein of the mohair, so that's actually pretty nice. I can use that for something else. I may throw this into my Stephen West mystery knit along. Ooh, that has some possibility. If I need it. I mean, I don't actually know if I need it or not, but for the mystery knit along, I should say. I know I won't need it for this. So this is very exciting. I am probably going to get this done tonight. I would love to get this done tonight. So hopefully by the time you watch this when this goes up, I will be done with this, which would be amazing. So yes, I'm just plugging along, doing my sleeve with my decreases, and I have started the ribbing. Yeah, I'm just like barely into the ribbing. And I know how many rows I do because if you missed last week's episode of how I do my thumb holes, I would recommend you going back and watching it. But it's basically just like measuring the length of your sleeve, the length of the ribbing or cuff that you want, then measuring from here, or like basically from here to here, and then this measurement, where you want it to stop, and doing various mathematical equations to figure out how many inches you need between here, or here, here, and here. Does any of that make sense? I don't know. I have a foggy medicine head right now, and so don't know if everything is making sense, but we're just gonna go with it. So it turned out well. I'm super happy with how mine turned out. I will hopefully remember to include notes in my Ravelry project page if you are on there. Let's see. Also, I forgot to talk about the sweater I'm wearing. I will do that in just a minute. But basically, helps if it, there we go. So that's what it looks like. I am super happy with how that turned out. I think that looks really awesome. It's not too tight. It doesn't pull right here. I knit this part flat. Basically, when you get to the portion or the spot where you want to divide for your thumb hole, you start knitting flat. You knit flat for the length of this number right here, and then you join back in the round and finish it off. I also did remember to slip the beginning stitch of my, I'm getting a scam likely call. This is not important. We're recording a podcast right now. Slip the first stitch of every row when I was knitting flat, so that way I have created a nice edge. I don't know if you can see that well or not, but I think it looks nice. So, if I have it like this, I have it like that, and then these are very properly formed sentence right there. If I have it like this, I have it like that. But I can also roll it up and I can have it shorter if I want. And granted, it'll be shorter if I have it all the way on my shoulder, but still, I can have it various lengths of rolled upness. But I'm very happy with having done the thumb holes. That was a good choice on my part. I'm very happy I made that choice, and I cannot wait to wear this and for it to be done. Our deadline is October 7th, and obviously we'll have no problem getting it done by then. I've just taken my sweet time with this project, which is awesome. I love testing for Rachel. I'm not sure when this sweater is coming out, but I think once we find that out, I will let everyone know, just so you can go and get your copy of the Jensen cardigan, because it is amazing and a staple, and I can see myself making many more of them. What am I wearing? I am wearing the Forager sweater by Isabel Kramer. I test knit this for her. Was it earlier this year? Or late last year? What is time? I have no idea. It all runs together. But I do know I tested this for her at some point in the past year. I tested this for Isabel Kramer. I used the Rerum de Natura yarn in the pink quartz colorway. I believe this is the Ulysses base. It's like a heavy sport DK weight, I think. I remember correctly. I honestly don't remember. Again, the foggy medicine brain is a thing. But we do have these little faux cables on the front and the back, and then also on the sleeves as well. I love this yarn. I really want another sweater out of this yarn. It just wears so nicely. It is so woolly and soft, and it's also just very lightweight. It's very airy. It reminds me a little bit of Brooklyn tweed, but not quite as woolly. But it's just a very, very nice, high quality sweater. And we do have some Latvian braids on the cuffs and also around the bottom. And of course you have your short rows in the back. So I love this sweater. Whenever I test knit it, whether it was this year or the end of last year, I enjoyed test knitting it, and I love this sweater so much. It's definitely one of my favorites, but I think that also has to do with the yarn. I love the sweater, but I also really love the yarn, so I need to figure out something to do maybe I'll ask for a project out of this yarn for Christmas. Maybe that will be fun. I don't know. Who knows? That's just too much far thinking in the future. I don't think I can focus on that right now. So, next up on big progress things, everyone, I am so proud of myself. So if you watched last week's episode, you probably are very aware, also if you follow me on Instagram, because I did make a post about this on my stories last night, but I have made so much progress on my Lumpy Space by Stephen West, and I am, again, incredibly proud of myself. I'm very excited. My goal, like I said last week, was there was enough days, there were 7 days, because that's how long a week is, and there were 7 rows of how many, what am I trying to say, goodness gracious. I had 7 rows left in my pattern of basically knitting minus the cast off, and so I decided that I could do 1 row a day, and I would have it almost done minus the cast off for recording today. And everyone, I did that. I passed with flying colors, so much so that I even started casting it off. What? Like, I did that. I am so happy. I really followed through. I made it a point to knit on it every day, and clearly I was ahead of schedule, so and I was ahead of schedule because some days I did two rows. So happy days, wonderful times. My phone is blowing up right now, and I'm trying to record a podcast, everyone. I should probably just put it on Do Not Disturb. You know what, that would be the smart thing to do. There we go. I'll have to remember that for next week. Why have I never done that before? Anyway, so I'm casting this thing off, everyone. Like, what? This is a very large, very strangely shaped shawl. And we're going to try and not lose any stitches because I know that where is my other needle? There it is. So this is a strange shape of a shawl, and it's by Stephen West, surprise. I have 4 colors, and I've added a 5th color in. We have Farmer's Daughter's Fibers as my green, and my middle diamond square, the blue and the gray that are striped together on the long pieces are Hue Loco and Manos del Uruguay. I decided to just not fiddle-faddle around with the mohair. Unfortunately, I decided to not go with that. And I think it's okay. I realize that though this green, please don't lose any stitches. Though this green is very poppy in comparison to the other colors, it's still kind of a muted green. Like, it's definitely not like a neon or anything like that. And so I felt like maybe adding that neon purple was not the look I was going for. I wanted maybe a more soft color, and so that's what I have gone with. I know it is very hard to tell. It does blend in quite nicely, which is what I wanted. So, but it is different. If you look closely, if you could see it in person, it is different. It's going to be hard to show you. But it is some leftover yarn that I have, ooh, goodness gracious, from another test knit for Isabel Kramer. Surprise, surprise. We've done many of those for her, and it has been wonderful. This is a Suburban Stitcher in the Happy Accident colorway. This is yarn that I use for my snedroning, which means Snow Queen in Danish. It was a colorwork sweater. This was my main color. It was wonderful. It's beautiful. I love this color. And I also, last night when I was casting it off, I think this is just a thing when though I've only done this once before and now twice, when I have been ill, I just have this very strong urge to watch nothing but reality TV, and that happens to be The Real Housewives, and I'm not ashamed. I think it's highly entertaining. And so last night while I was watching The Real Housewives of New Jersey, because why not? Also because the new season of Salt Lake City is still coming out, and I don't have access to all of it currently, which is why I'm watching New Jersey. I did not want to deal with a single strand of mohair. I was just not having it. I did not want to do that, so I didn't, because that would not have brought me joy. And I'm really happy with this decision. I'm very happy that I went with this softer color. I do think this is definitely more the vibe of the shawl that I was wanting. Not that the other one wouldn't have been, but it would just be a completely different look. It would have been super fun, super beautiful, but I'm very happy that I went with this softer color. And it's an easier yarn to knit with, so if we have to do a picot bind off around the entire shawl, then why not just make it easy on ourselves, you know? Just be kind to yourself and make it an easy task and enjoyable, because at this point, we don't want to just put off this cast off, because we've come so far. We completed the goal that we had set ourselves, and we're not getting stuck on this cast off. So this was more of a let's get this done type thing, which I'm, again, very happy that I have made it this far and how it looks. I'm very excited. So hopefully this will be done by the next time I see you, which will be very wonderful. I think it was actually going much quicker than I thought it would. I was surprised, and it could be that I was just really focused on watching the drama of The Real Housewives of New Jersey. But I think it does go quicker, or it has gone quicker than I expected. So what I could do, since I can divide it up into 4 quarters, roughly, I can do a quarter an evening, maybe, and then eventually get it done in 4 days. So I think I can do that. It just depends on what else is going on. I don't know. We're all really busy. We all have lives outside of knitting, unfortunately, and things need to get done, you know. What are we going to talk about next? I have no idea. I have 4 projects sitting in front of me. Oh my goodness. I apologize. Whew. Hi. Thank you for being here today. Thank you for being here today. What movie is that from? I haven't seen that movie in forever, but it is a good movie. So we'll just do this one because it's closest to my feet. This is, I can't remember. Oh goodness, I forgot this last week. This is a test knit for Casey, of Casey Knits, and this is the, oops, that's not what I wanted. The High Point cowl. And yes, I am loving working on this. I've not made as much progress as I wanted to. Honestly, I did we went on a little excursion over the weekend. My brother-in-law got his Aggie ring, which is just very exciting. And so we went to College Station and did all that stuff with Sam's family. So I did have a good amount of knitting time. I brought 3 projects with me. I brought, what did I bring? My diamond jumper, which I'll show you. I brought, oh, my Stormy sky shawl, which I completely forgot to talk about last week, and I have completely forgotten to talk about it again. I will run and go get it at some point. And I brought this, and I didn't actually end up working on this, which I'm kind of bummed about, but that's okay. I did get more progress on it yesterday. This was my church project. I do knit during church, fun fact. It helps me pay attention because it keeps my hands busy, and then it's just really nice because I'm getting stuff done. So this is the High Point cowl of what I have so far. I am loving how this is knitting up. The stitch definition of this yarn is just gorgeous. And I do have my cute little purple gummy bear from Hand Stitch Life as my progress keeper, which we'll move that now so I don't forget. Boop. So there we do have a lace chart. It is written and charted, which is really awesome if you prefer one over the other. We have the lace chart, and we do that 3 times, and then we're done. So I am significantly more than halfway done with my first time through. So I'm making good progress. I am using some very old stash. This is skein yarn. They're merino silk sport. Did I get that right? Haha, I did. I'm so good. And it's in the Savannah colorway. This is 50% merino, 50% silk. It is quite luxurious and quite soft. I think when I block this, the drape will be just so stunning. What was I trying to say? I was wanting to say glorious and gorgeous at the same time, and it was not coming out. But this is what I'm using. It is absolutely stunning. Eyeing it with a similar yarn from Malabrigo. It was not the same like fiber content, but the color was actually quite similar. In my Sunday Funday sweater that I just tested it was called Coffee Toffee or Toffee Coffee or something like that. It was a cute name. I like the name. But the color is very similar. This is definitely more purpley and rosy, which I really like. And I think that will be just a really beautiful cowl. So this is very exciting. And yeah, I'm just plugging along on that. Like to continue to make good progress. And I have, if you set a goal, small goals every day, then you can easily check them off and eventually you will get done, and that is just amazing how that works. It's very productive. So that has been really awesome. I would like to point out that since sitting down to record, I've gotten 3 spam calls. It's like they know I'm busy and they're like, I will call you now. It's like, no, I'm not picking up. Sorry. Too bad. So, everyone, it was a couple weeks ago that at Pearly Girls was over the weekend, not this past weekend. Let's regroup. What am I trying to say? A couple weekends ago at Pearly Girls, Heather of Heathered Handmaids had her first trunk show, which was just so incredible. And of course, I got some yarn because I love her stuff. So I started something with the one skein of her yarn that I got to make this particular shawl. It's called the Stormy Sky Shawl. And I'm using her emerald colorway. I know that this is a wonky skein of yarn, but that is okay. We do what we gotta do. This has been my, like, putting it in my purse and just knitting whenever I can, because I have one of those knitting purse backpack things that has one of the little yarn guider things that you can just slide your yarn into. So I don't actually have this in a project bag for the most part. I just slide it in the bottom of the bag because it's got little compartments, which is why it's smushed. But that's okay, you know? So this is my Stormy Sky Shawl, and I'm loving how this is turning out. Like, this is just so beautiful. This is a one skein shawl. I'm knitting this on a 9, I'm pretty sure. Yeah, a 9. And we have garter sections, we've got some yarn over lace sections, and then we've got some elongated stitch sections, if you can tell right there. And you just repeat that until you run out of yarn, basically. And I am so happy with how this is turning out. This is like the stretchiest piece of fabric. Like, the stretch is real, which means it's going to block out to be huge. Because if you look at the project page and ones on Instagram, they are massive, massive, out of one skein of fingering weight yarn. And it's like, how in the world can you make this one skein turn into something that is so big? It's the big needles, and it's the garter stitch, the lace, and the elongated stitches. So together, it creates this beautiful texture, and I love this color so much. Like, it's just so beautiful. So, and yeah, I had it cast on last week. I had a very good amount of progress, and I just completely forgot to show it to you guys, because it was in my, again, it was in the bottom of my purse, and I forgot. So I've made a lot of progress, and so now I can move my little progress keeper up to where I am now, and we'll just continue on. Happy days, happy days. Boop. So, I'm very excited about this. And again, this is the Stormy Sky Shawl. Let me double check and see who is the designer, because I cannot remember. I've gotten distracted, but in my distraction, I have also discovered that she also has a crocheted version of this shawl, which I think is really awesome. It's called the Behind shawl. So mine is Stormy Sky. The crocheted version looks basically the same as the Behind shawl. And I believe it's a free pattern. And I believe the Stormy Sky is also a free pattern. So would highly recommend you checking it out. It's really awesome. It's very mindless, like it's very easy to memorize. Plus we love a good garter stitch section because it's just really nice and very easy to zone out. It's quite wonderful. So yes, would highly recommend if you have that one skein of special fingering weight yarn that you have no idea what to do with. And really, I think you could probably do it with any kind of weight of yarn. I feel like a DK weight version would be really awesome. I think that would be super fun. Things to think about. So moving along, I did make some progress on my jumper diamond, my diamond jumper by Ann Vensel. I am using Cascade Eco Wool in the oatmeal colorway. I'm not going to lose stitches. We are not going to lose stitches here. No, 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 no. I made quite a good bit amount of what? I'm sorry, I just can't speak today, apparently. I've made quite a bit of progress. Like, that's quite good. That's quite good. My goal was, I brought this with me on our little trip to College Station, which is not a far way away, but it is like an hour and 15 minutes, so it's still a good amount of knitting time. And my goal was to knit on this in the car because I knew that this would require more focus, and so I had some more mindless projects to work on with while we were with family and stuff. So that was very exciting. And yep, still haven't divided for the sleeves, but that's okay. You know, we're just making progress every day, every day. Set those small goals. Eventually it will all get done. Here, let's count we're looking for 30 increases. Well, let's count right now. I have 14. I'm not even halfway yet. This is going so slowly, but it'll be okay. It will be beautiful. It will be worth it. But yeah. It's just that the rows are getting longer. But it will be wonderful. I can't wait to continue working on this so I can wear it. We have this wonderful textured cables, garter stitch, twisted rib, turtleneck, everything. It's oversized. I love it. Honestly, at this point, I'm like, why do I wear anything fitted? Like, oversized is just the place to be. Everything is so comfy that way. Give me all the oversized things. I don't want anything fitted. Unless it's a particular look I'm going for, it's probably going to be oversized. No shame. So yes, this is just continuing to make progress, just continuing to move forward. There's no goal of getting it done by a certain time. Actually, you know what? That's not true. That's not true. We are going to, I want to wear that for Thanksgiving or around Thanksgiving because we're going to see my parents in Colorado for Thanksgiving. And people, the pictures I could take with the snow and the mountains, it's getting done. It's getting done for Thanksgiving. It's happening. That's my goal. So, let's see. We're not going to figure that out right now. But yes, the goal is to have it done so I can wear it at Thanksgiving or around Thanksgiving, not necessarily on Thanksgiving. And I have about 2 months. Excuse me for my yawn. I apologize. About 2 months. Ish. Roughly. Something like that. Another thing I would like to get finished, everybody. See, this is what I do. The thing that I do is I gather all my finished objects and bring them with me to Colorado so I can take finished object pictures with a beautiful background because of the mountains and just everything because it's Colorado. And then I have all these nice finished object pictures, and it's great. I would really love to finish my woolen honey sweater. I am so close to being done, everyone. You know I'm close. I'm working on my second sleeve. This is a case of the second sleeve has not gone faster, unfortunately. Here's my first sleeve, and here's my second sleeve. So I would really love to get my second sleeve done. I am so close, like literally, it really bothers me when I do this, when I'm just like 5 inches away from being done and I just won't do it or something like that. And it's like, just do it. Just knit an inch, knit 2 inches every couple hours, and then you'll get done. Do a little bit every now and again, and then you'll get it done. But this is for sure getting done before Thanksgiving, because also I would like to wear this. We're just gonna wear all knit sweaters. This is what we do when we visit my parents, because we can't do that here necessarily all the time, so we have to take advantage of when we visit them to wear all the knitwear and all the long sleeved things and all the knitwear, mainly. You know, you do what you gotta do. This is my woolen honey sweater, I did say that, but this is by Andrea Mowry. I am using Knit Picks palette in the Pumice Heather colorway. This has been on my needles for a very long time, and it's getting done. It is getting done. I will get it done. I will get it done. We have another Thanksgiving goal, you know. I would like to get this done before Thanksgiving, honestly, but ultimately the goal is to have it so I can bring it with me when we go to see my parents for Thanksgiving. That is the goal. Next up, this would also be amazing if I could get this done by Thanksgiving, but I doubt that's happening. But one can shoot for the stars, you know. This is my pink fizz sweater. Another Andrea Mowry. I'm just bringing this out. I have not worked on this at all, but I did want to bring it out just to basically encourage myself to pull it back into rotation. And again, work on it a little bit every day or something like that, and slowly but surely it will get done. This is my pink fizz. I am using the Fiber Company Meadow in the Bedstraw colorway and Farmer's Daughter's Fibers in the Mighty Mo base, their mohair base in the Dumpling colorway. There we go. We have these beautiful lace sections on either side and the front and the back. We have a high-low hem. It's amazing. I love it. It's gorgeous. I just need to continue to make progress on it. And with the Mystery Knit Along coming up in October, this probably will not get done for Thanksgiving, but that's okay. You know what? We will still continue to make progress, and this may be my, who knows, you know, who knows. Maybe I'll bring it with me and I'll get it done while I'm there. And because I've done that before. Done that many times before. And I still get to take it. The goal is to take pictures with the nice background. And to take advantage of the actually cold weather. And to be in the snow. You know, that is really the goal for me. Also to enjoy the actual products of my knitting, but that is the goal. Excuse me. I apologize for yawning so much. Now I've got mohair everywhere. Ugh. Now that I have de-mohaired my nose, I think that is all that I have for you all this week. Apologize if this is a shorter episode, but just a little low energy today, you know. But the Mystery Knit Along is coming up. I am so excited. If you are unaware of my excitement, then you need to watch the past couple weeks of episodes. I do have my yarn picked out. I will probably wind it this coming week. I guess the 1st of October is Friday. So then I will have that whole week. So maybe I'll wind it up next week. Or I could start winding a skein a day and not have to wind 5 skeins in one go. That probably would be the smart thing to do, you know. But then it's just really fun to do it all together. So I may just do it all together. I'm excited. So yeah, the Mystery Knit Along starts not this coming Friday, not the 1st, but the 8th of October. And it is still not too late if you want to join in before the thing starts. You can gather your yarn. You can go by the preview PDF of where you get all the information, your yardage, how to pick colors, all that stuff. And then once the 8th arrives, whatever, we will start getting clues. And you can join in at any point past that time. It's just that it won't necessarily be a surprise if you've seen spoilers. Which, of course, I will do that. When I'm knitting mine, I've done that in the past, I will make sure that if you don't want to be spoiled, I will let you know when to look away and when to mute and when to skip forward and all that kind of stuff, because I completely understand. I don't like being spoiled unless I'm confused about what's going on. I've definitely looked when I was confused. It's like, what direction are we going? And I have no clue. And then I looked and I was like, oh, okay, this makes sense. But for the most part, I prefer not to know what I'm doing. I mean, I do know what I'm doing, but I'm not to know what I'm doing, if you know what I mean. With the mystery knit-alongs, it's an exciting time. If you were not into that, which I completely understand, we do have a shop knit-along that is happening this month of October. We are knitting the Spice Bazaar shawl by Kugu Alper, I think. And yeah, so if you're interested in that, feel free to check that out with Pearly Girls. We have days that we will be working on that, and that's very exciting. But I will be doing the mystery knit along because I'm just so excited about that. And hopefully we'll have my yarn wound up, not next week, not by the time I record next week, probably not. But it's coming. It is coming. We are very excited, you know. The mystery knit a long time. It is coming. We are so excited. I'm just repeating myself at this point. So, I don't really have anything else to talk about. I think there's weather coming. I've had a headache all day. But that is just life. It is what it is. It's also probably sinus problems because I'm sick. Anyway, thank you so much for watching this episode. I hope you enjoyed it. I apologize if things were a little off today or if it was not as long as normal. It is what it is. We are just rolling with the punches here, and I have to go fold laundry because we must continue on with our daily life tasks. I have the social medias, all these various social medias. I have show notes. I have yarn store information. That is all the places. If I forget anything or if you have any questions or just want to say hello, please feel free to send me a message. I would love to say hi. I appreciate every single one of you for coming back and hanging out. I hope you had a wonderful weekend and you continue to have a wonderful week. If you have crafty plans, I hope that they are successful. Have you picked out your yarn for your mystery knit along shawl yet? Are you participating? Are you knitting another Stephen West another Stephen West shawl? Are you doing that instead? Or just watching from afar and living vicariously through everyone else, which is also a wonderful option. Are you doing that? What are you doing? What are you working on right now? I'm working on a lot of things. We are getting the Lumpy Space done. We are making progress on the diamond jumper because I'm wearing it at Thanksgiving. We are making progress on my wool and honey sleeve. We are getting that done because I want to wear that at Thanksgiving. We are finishing my Jensen cardigan. That will be done by next week because I just have the cuff left. It's getting done. Hopefully the high point cowl will be done by next week. I'm just making progress on my pink fizz and my Stormy sky shawl. So in theory, we could have 4 finish objects next week. What? What? Because if I finish my Lumpy Space, if I finish my Jensen, if I finish the high point cowl, and I finish my wool and honey sleeve, like, that's very doable. I feel like that's totally doable. Will I have 4 finished objects next week? What in the world? What the poop? I mean, I guess weirder things have happened. You know, that would be really awesome to get that all done just in time for the mystery knit along, and I would just be feeling mighty fine. That has potential. We'll try and do that. You know, let's try it. Let's try it. I think I can do it. I think I can do it. It helps at my job. I can knit at my job. It is a wonderful job that I can knit at my job. And I can help other people knit too. So, who knows what's going to happen next week? I have no idea. We will see. I'm excited. I hope you're excited too. Thank you for being you. Thank you for being here. You are wonderful. You are enough. I hope you have successful crafting plans this week. And I guess I will see you guys next week. Bye.